So we're walking up to the store. These are my hands. From the gardening work I just did. This is my shorts and my shirt. And believe it or not, once I get them in the washer and dryer, they will look good. I use the Tide powder. I'm not sponsored by them, but the Tide powder, for some reason, like nobody uses it anymore. And it will tear up that dirt like you would not believe. Here's our sky. It is rainy. It looks like it could rain again. Rainy. Part of the reason I did this video here was to show the to show the sky, but the other reason was just in case we see any animals. I don't know if there's a way. It doesn't look like there's a way to turn the camera around. If I do it live, it'll let me turn the camera around, but I just got done doing it live. Yeah, there's some animals come out after the rain, but it looks like some of the birds are flying. There's birds on that power line there. But it looks like the birds are flying back to wherever it is they live. This here is so bad. They've worked, somebody's been working on some of it. You'll see up here, but it really needs work. I don't work for the state right now, but I would do the work if they paid me. My weed eater ain't strong enough to do that. But the way you do that, I work for a couple different companies to do that. You gotta climb down in that ditch. There's actually a drainage ditch there, and you gotta weed eat around it. And you gotta be careful because of snakes and alligators and stuff. When the grass gets tall like that, you'll have animals in there. But yeah, all this stuff here, I can't believe they didn't cut that. But yeah, the state is definitely working on it, but they sure aren't in a hurry. You get 3 or 4 good people, you should be able to do that. You should be able to do this whole stretch. I work for companies where you do like 2 or 3 miles, but you do like 4 of them in a day. So they expect me to believe they couldn't have done this? Look at all that. Down in that ditch too. It don't take that long. It take maybe 45 minutes or an hour to do from here to that stoplight, that traffic light. That's only half mile. Half mile ain't nothing. I bet on ones that's like 4 miles. 4 miles of that kind of work, phew. But see, there's another ditch. You gotta climb down in there and you gotta cut around it with a weed eater because the lawnmower can't go in there because it'll get stuck. Now we did have one guy, he was from Guatemala, and he got he was the best team leader because he would work himself and he had other people who would work hard. And so if you have more than one person who works hard, they wasn't lazy. So that crew was probably the best. This here is what we call in Florida a squirrel, and they are my worst enemy. He's hiding a little bit, so I don't know if you can see him. Let's see if I can get around the other side. I see you, buddy. I know you're there. I don't know if he went in the tree, but I seen him. But yeah, squirrels are my worst enemy because they'll dig up my seeds. If I go over to the other side of the highway, I'm going to show you guys Pentango. Where's the Pentango bushes? Somebody's growing them where they're growing on the other side. But I'm about to plant Pentango. I'm trying to see. That might be the Pentango over there. On the way back, I'll probably show you guys there. But I'll stay here for now. See, they did do some of it. They mowed down there, you can see. But on these edges, they can't get the lawnmower. This hill may not look bad. That's a bad hill for a lawnmower. Real bad. It don't look like it rain is gonna rain yet, but it might. And then here on this side, oh, where I just passed. Look at this. You're trying to walk down the sidewalk. This is what I'm talking about. Where I wish they'd hire me. I need to try to figure out who to apply to, because I'll do this work. I ain't afraid of this kind of work. This is, I don't know if you can tell how far these players have grown. That's the state's job to do that. But yeah, if you can imagine how fast things grow here in Florida. That whole, yeah. So if you're trying to walk down the sidewalk, I mean, you can walk down it, but that's like at least a foot into the sidewalk. Makes it real interesting when someone decides to ride their bike. If you got a bicycle and you got that, and you're trying to walk, and like that ditch there too. Yeah, I would do jobs like that. You get down in there with a weed eater, you can get around that piece of concrete, so that that's how you do that. Somebody around here has got bamboo too. It grows on the other side of the fence. Yeah, all this here is the state's job. I wish they'd pay me. I was doing that last year. I might get another job, but the job interview tomorrow is not even for. It's not for landscaping. Yes, this is bamboo too. It's not the same as my. It's not the same as my bamboo. I don't know what that bamboo is called. It's not the same as mine. The one I really want is emerald. If I'm ever able to get emerald. But this grows on the other side of the fence. And bamboo will do that. You'll see here, that's their bamboo. You see how big that is. Just like mine, it'll get 25 feet if you're not careful. Now, I don't know what kind that is. There's more of it there sticking up over the fence. I don't see any animals. Part of the reason I had the phone turned around and I was doing this was to see if there was any animals that come out after it rained, but they might be hiding again, because yep, I just felt some drops. It's definitely about to rain again, and I'm on foot, so that's really interesting. Getting back to the house will be a lot of fun in the rain. Gotta love it. And yeah, see here, like this one too. Yeah, if you try to put a lawnmower down there, you're gonna get stuck because there's water in there. Here in Florida, we're a swamp. Like literally, when I tell people we're a swamp, that it's been raining here recently, and yeah, lawnmower definitely. So you gotta go in there with water boots, and you gotta have a weed eater for that. Same thing.